In this video, guys, we're going to talk about on how you can use persuasion in order to get a person to click your ad, to buy your product, to buy your service, or just to read a blog post. So let's dive into it. Now, persuasion could be a super effective technique in order to get a person from one point to another point, from not being a buyer to become a buyer. And here are some handy tips inside of this video in order for you to get this game and ball rolling. So let's dive into it. So emotions. Emotions is a very, very important way when it comes to persuade somebody to buy your products, services, sign up for an email list, or maybe just click an ad. So emotions, let's go into some examples. Let's say that you are wanting to sell this mobile phone. So here are 3 different examples on how you can write a headline or a small sentence in order to persuade a person in order to, well, let's say click your ad on a smartphone. So the first one would be, this phone will change your life. Awesome. It feels good. Everybody would like to change their life in some way, right? I assume so anyway. Otherwise, good for you. So this phone will change your life. And the other one would be the phone that changes lives. You can feel that we're digging a little bit deeper here. So they're not change your life, it changes lives around you. Awesome. It's emotions inside of these small sentences here or headlines. And the third one would be something like this. The phone that changed mine and 4.3 million lives. Oh, I really want to buy this phone, won't you? Right? So which one do you think is the best headline? Which one would you click? Just give yourself a few seconds to think a little bit here. So for me, it would be this one. Because the reason is that I'm telling a little story here. And stories is something that you can connect with feelings. Stories and feelings are basically the same kind of things if you're telling a story in a good way, right? So we as human beings are emotional in everything we're doing. I don't feel like going up. It's like super cold, like it's outside. I don't feel like working out. You know, this kind of stuff. Maybe you recognize yourself there. So the phone that changed mine and 4.3 million lives. I love this, right? So this is a good example. And when should you use and not use emotions in your copywriting? Well, the first thing is use it when you can tie it to a personal story and can connect to the buyer. Now, if you don't feel like you can connect to the buyer, don't use it. So you shouldn't use it when you cannot tie it to a personal story and can't connect to the buyer. Emotions and storytelling, they are like combined, they are glued together, I would say. So if you have a personal story or another person's personal story to tell or to like connect some kind of information and features with, and you can write it good, then use emotions. Otherwise, it can be quite tricky to use it. So let's move on to the next one. The next one would be scarcity. Like FOMO, fear of missing out. You don't want to miss out on this limited time offer, right? No, I don't want to miss out on 50% off of a product or service that I really, really want, right? So let's say that it's a Black Friday, okay? It's Black Friday, you know, it's like November and the sale is on and you do really want to buy a certain product. Then if you see an ad for your product, you see that picture maybe in a Google ad or in Facebook ad, YouTube ad, Instagram ad, or maybe you see it in a blog post with a link, whatever. You see these 3 examples. Which one would you click? First one is limited offer, buy now. Okay, it doesn't tell me too much, but I can see that it's a limited offer and that they want me to buy now. But it's not that much for me to like wanted to click that ad. I don't know about you guys, but then we have buy now or miss out. The FOMO really struck me here. I don't want to miss out on this now, but I cannot see that it's a deal that I'm getting here. So let's have a look on the third option. Sale ends in 25 minutes. Don't miss out. This is scarcity, guys. This is FOMO. I don't want to miss out on this. So I have 25 minutes to click this, put in my card details and buy this if I'm online, right? If you're doing copywriting maybe for a company with billboards and stuff like that outside of stores, then I just want to run into that store and buy whatever you have to sell to me, because I know that now I have 25 minutes and if I don't buy this, I will miss out. I don't want to miss out on this. So these are three different ones. So which one would you click? Okay, for me, it's pretty clear. I would definitely click this last one, right? Because sale ends in 25 minutes. It's like pretty soon, right? So I don't want to miss out. So I'm going to click that one, or I'm going to run into that store and buy whatever I'm searching for. So that is three different examples. Now, when should you use this and when shouldn't you use this? I would say that you should use this when you have a limited time offer. Maybe you're having a Shopify store and maybe you're having this little bar up there where it says like limited time offer, sale ends in 25 minutes, buy now, don't miss out, and stuff like that. Or maybe you're having an email list, or maybe you're having some kind of live session where you're giving out some valuable information and you tell people that, oh, limited seats, I only have 20 more seats, you have to sign up with your email address and give me your phone number now. When shouldn't you use this? Well, don't use this when you don't have a limited time offer, because then you will only trick your potential customers or your customers that you already are having. So scarcity should be, in my opinion, in Robin's opinion, used when you have a limited time offer. Also, when you're having a Shopify store or maybe an Amazon product that you would like to sell, and maybe it's like Black Friday or some big sales going on. So let's go over to the third persuasion technique, would be specificity. Now, what do I mean with specificity? It's a pretty hard word to pronounce. Now, let's say that we're having a YouTube channel, or let's say that we're having a YouTube course to sell you. Now, my title or my headline in maybe an ad copy would be something along this line. So here are three different alternatives. The first one would be how I gained 52,367 subscribers in one day. Wow, that is quite a lot of subscribers, right? And pretty specific number. And then you can go with how I gained 52,000 subscribers in one day. That is massive, right? And then you can go with how I gained tons of subscribers in one day. Now, which one would you bind to specificity? Which one is so specific, and which one do you trust? For me, I do trust the first one, because it's a specific number that are telling me on also what I will get, of course, but it's a specific number and I trust specific numbers. That's more trustworthy than just throwing out 52,000. How could that YouTube channel gain exactly 52,000? That is how my brain is spinning, at least. So if you're having a specific number, I will trust you more. Don't you feel the same? Okay, so when should you use it and when shouldn't you use this? So you should use this, in our opinion, when you have a specific result to show. Let's say that I will 10x your YouTube subscribers. I will 10x your subscribers on your email list. I will 10x this and 10x that, or something like that. Or maybe you will get this amount if you're buying this, or you will save this amount if you're buying this, etc. So when you're having a specific result or a specific number some kind of way that you can back up, then I would definitely use this technique. Then don't use this when you don't have a specific number. So let's say that you've done a weight loss program, for example, and you have a client and that client lost, let's say 15 kilos, 15.1 kilos. Then write 15.1 kilos. If you don't have any result to show, don't write any numbers in that way. So the fourth way to persuade anybody to buy from you or to click your ad or whichever it is by using humor. Okay, so take a look on this picture on your right hand side. Innocent, it's some kind of smoothie company. As you can see from the top, it says think portable, think fruit bowl, think portable fruit bowl. And then this small text just in the bottom of this little bottle, it says something like this, or just think innocent smoothies. It's a bit easier. Okay, it's some kind of humor inside of that, right? It's not like ha ha ha, I'm laughing my, you know what, off, but it's humor, right? I will connect innocent to a fruit bowl whenever I'm thinking about a fruit bowl from now on, right? And you will do the same probably. So use humor could be a good way to go also to try to stand out from competition and to make somebody choose your product, or anyway to remember your product or brand. Now there's quite a few examples here. Let's say that we're selling this rucksack or we're selling like this backpack. So the first alternative or the first example would be something like this. Bad days happen, at least your stuff will be dry. It's some kind of humor inside of that, right? Let's read it again. Bad days happen, at least your stuff will be dry. So let's say you see a woman and it's raining a lot and she's like walking through the woods. She's having the worst day of her life. But at least if she bought a rucksack, she will be dry, or her clothes will be dry at least. She will probably be pretty wet. But anyways, so if you're having a bad day, then your stuff will be dry with our rucksack, okay? So the second example would be something like this. We keep your stuff dry even when you're having a bad day. Pretty simple, but also some kind of humor inside of that. And also, keeping your stuff dry is what we do. Okay, not too much humor in that one, but at least it works. And then you can pick any of this. I mean, I like the first one because it made me a little bit like, this was funny. So when should you use and when shouldn't you use humor with your customers? So you can use humor when you're confident in how to speak to your customers, what language to use. Maybe even you know their age, maybe you know their gender, or most of your customers' gender, and you know things about them, and maybe they know you. Then, if you feel comfortable, you can use humor in your copies. You can also use humor if you may be in an industry that is pretty stiff, you know that, this kind of attitude, you can use some kind of humor to like get your eyes on you, your brand, your products, your services, but be pretty careful. Don't try to like use humor to make fun of anybody else or any other company to get sued and stuff like that. So just use humor when you're confident in how to speak to your customer or to your potential customer. Okay? And then don't use it when you don't know how to speak to your customers. Pretty clear, right? So the fifth way to persuade another person to click your ad, to buy a product or service would be social proof. This is a good one, guys. So a 5-star rating is a 5-star rating, right? But if a 5-star rating has a great review, written review, then I would definitely buy that book, that course, that suit, that you know what. Okay, so let's say that we're selling this book, this bestseller book. Now there are 3 different examples that I have here for you on how you can persuade a person to buy this best-selling book. The first one would be, we have 5-star reviews, buy now, okay? And the second would be, our book has over 1,500 5-star reviews, which is awesome, right? Then I would be quite interested in clicking that ad and see what they are selling. And then we have this one. 1,566 amazing people gave our new best-selling book a 5-star review. Boom! This is the winner for me, guys. Because we have specific number, we have amazing people, which is a little bit conveyed to the emotional part, and we have gave our new best-selling book, which is the social proof, a 5-star review. This is how to write copy, guys. So when should you use these techniques and when should you not use social proof? Well, it's pretty clear here. When you have some type of evidence of results. So if you're, for example, are having a best-selling book, of course, sell that book with your social proof. If you're having an online course that you can show off that you have gained 52,000 subscribers in one day, then you can sell that evidence as well. So always, only when you're having evidence, sell that. Don't fake your social proof, because people and customers will see through that, and it's very bad for business. And then, yeah, don't use it when you don't have any evidence. So guys, these are 5 different, very, very effective persuasion techniques if used well. You can also bookmark some parts of this video that is valuable for you. This is 5 different persuasion techniques. If you're using them well, then you will go a long way with your copywriting. See you in the next video, guys.